Hey folks, Lever here once again. Welcome back to another video. I know I haven't done a video in a while, it's just been because of work. And by the way, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. My Christmas was pretty decent. Had a good time with family and stuff. Got some good pizza, so I can't complain. But it was nice, relaxing, got some good sleep, and work was crazy this week, and can't believe it, tomorrow will be in a new year, so here it goes by so fast. But anyway, guys, like my last review of Scooby-Doo and the Monster of Mexico, hope you enjoyed my, I think, Pickett 52 video I did. And I'm doing another Scooby-Doo animated video, you can tell by my shirt. Hope y'all can see and hear me. I know this new webcam is good, hopefully, and better with the audio, but, you know, it's like I have to worry about it being down or up. But I'll have to move it a lot like I did the last one. So anyway, I am reviewing the next Scooby-Doo animated film, and that is, this came out in 2004, I believe. It did come out in 2004. And it was directed video, and that is Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. Which, to be honest, I really enjoyed it. I had fun with this one. I'd probably say I like it more slightly. Well, I'd probably say I like Monster of Mexico better, but I do like it more than. Let's see. I probably like it more than Alien Invaders. Or. No, I think I prefer those, to be honest, over this. I still say Zombie Island, which is Ghost, are still the best Scooby-Doo animated movies in my opinion. Third for me would be Cyberchase, but I'd say Legend of the Vampire and Monster of Mexico definitely were better, you know. But there are some other Scooby-Doo animated films that I have seen, not very much, but the ones that I probably will see, I probably would like more than those over this, but I don't know yet. So, because I haven't seen a lot. But this was fun. It has some issues with it, some issues with the movie, which I'll get to in the review. I'll go ahead and get started. So, yeah. And like I said, this is direct-to-video. This is also the 7th direct-to-video Scooby-Doo animated film based on Scooby-Doo Saturday Night Cartoons. Saturday Cartoons. It was released on June 22nd, 2004, and it was produced by Warner Brothers Animation, although Warner Brothers had fully absorbed Hanna-Barbera cartoons by this time. Hanna-Barbera, it was still credited as the copyright holder, and the film ended with an HB logo. Because it's kind of like Scooby-Doo was created by the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, you know. Yeah. But anyway, for the voice cast, you have Frank Welker as Scooby-Doo, Fred Jones, Lionel Hoggard as Sheep, Loch Ness Monster, Casey Kasem as Shaggy Rogers, Mindy Cohen as Vilma Dinkley, Rita Dillon as Gavin Blake and her cousin Shannon Blake, Michael Bell as Dugan McGlow, Jeff Bennett as Bill Chilman, John Dignan as Colin Huggard, Phil Millar, Shina Easton as Professor Ronnie. Yeah, I remember her as the singing Free Hours Only song, I believe that was her. In case he's voiced Scooby-Doo since the show. Yeah. There's a novelization on the movie. A Scarlet Show Inc. released a novelization of the story with the film. The novel was written by American fantasy science fiction author Suzanne Wynn. And it does have to do with the Loch Ness Monster, or known as Nessie, is a creature in South Scottish folklore that is said to inhabit Loch Ness and Scottish Highlands. It also shares large, long neck, and one more humps from the water. And people have been citing since, there's a picture from 1934, which I don't really believe that exists, but that's just me. But I do think that's an interesting take. It's an interesting little, you know, legend story, or a folklore story you can add in here to add into Scooby-Doo. As you can tell by what the plot of the movie is. Yeah. The plot synopsis, though. What the plot synopsis of what the movie is about, Scooby-Doo and Loch Ness Monster is about, is that this time the team visits Scotland to see Daphne's cousin, Cheyenne, because she's like hosting they have like these big game events or whatever for Scotland, but their holiday turns to a major mystery when the mythology Loch Ness Monster appears and wreaks havoc at Blake Castle. Not only will this affect the lives of the locals, but it will destroy they have traditional games that are held by that of Blake Castle every year, so the gang pretty much has to solve the mystery of the Loch Ness Monster, see if this monster is real, or of course, who's behind the caper, behind the mask, if you will, of creating the creature, and they do. So there might be some spoilers in here too, so if you've seen this movie, don't watch this review. You don't want to spoil it for yourself. And I don't want to be the one to spoil it for anybody, so. But we'll get to talking about the movie itself. Oh. Gotta mention, the movie is directed by Scott Jules, Joe City. Screenplay is by three people: Ed Scorch, Mark Torsch, George DeFatti, I can't say that right. Story by Joe Schutz. It's based on Scooby-Doo by Joey Robbie and Ken Spears. It's edited by Thomas Chase. Production company is Warner Brothers Animation. It's distributed by Warner Home Video. It was released June 22nd, 2004. It's 74 minutes long, which I think it's like 1 hour 14 minutes long. So it's not a very long movie. But before I get to the film, let me get some water real quick, okay? Sorry if I can't really talk, but I've just been really busy with work, and so if I sound exhausted, I'm sorry, but I am going to try to do more reviews this weekend. Well, I'm actually going to do a Happy New Year video tomorrow, hopefully, so I'm going to go to Walmart tomorrow. Hope it doesn't rain too badly, because I want to get like a Happy New Year hat, and I love doing that every year on the channel. It's just fun to do. But anyway, on with the review. So pretty much the movie opens up with Shannon Blake, and they're having a party on the boat, and the Scollins want to thank her. These guys go swimming, they don't listen to her, and they run into the Loch Ness monster. Then you have the opening towers of the movie, and then you see the gang driving there to Blake Castle. I like when they mention monsters. There's funny scenes with Scooby-Doo trying to eat soup, and then sees the Loch Ness monster, and then he just, Scooby runs away. There's quite a few characters in this movie, so, yeah. And the castle ground is pretty much home to the Highland Games, which it's traditional Scottish sports. And the gang going to Scottish is pretty interesting in my opinion. And Shannon Blake, her cousin, is exactly like Daphne. She's, well, like she says, danger prone, because Daphne is like danger prone, who's always, wanting to get into fisticuffs. That's danger prone Daphne for you. And her cousin is just like her. I think, voiced by the same actors too. But pretty much the gang arrive. They say hi to Shannon, and they meet these characters, like this lady who's, voiced by Shannon Hansen, who's a professor who believes in it, and then you have this Scottish, man who doesn't believe in it. They have like arguments throughout the movie. Then you have this weird oddball character who has his own truck, which he's like, he's telling the people, we shouldn't have the traditional games. He's like, Shannon, I warned you not to have it. Shannon, I warned you not to have it. I warned you not to have it. The big thing I thought was funny when he's like, that one of the monsters will come after you. And then he says to her, by the way, Monday night, fun night or whatever like that, a party, which I kind of thought was random and funny. Then they mention the Loch Ness monster. Shannon informs them about the castle being terrorized, that she saw the Loch Ness monster, that she was like hearing noises, sleeping in the castle, and of course that the gang stay over for the night. Okay, yeah, Professor Fiona. And I think it's funny that Velma pulls out a book, says, "You're a professor, yes, and you've done this." And I'm like, well, Velma is very smart. And I like when Daphne says, "Geez, Velma, do you got a book for everything? For everyone?" Always. Chinky, so I say. Yeah. These two guys I was talking about, Ian Losley and Lajul, can't say his name up, but their father's like the head judge. But you find these two professors were colleagues, and like I said, one doesn't believe they, the man professor doesn't believe that, the monster exists. They don't even, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy are hungry. Then they tell them that, it's like sheep food or whatever from sheep, I guess from, whatever sheep they kill and kitties and stuff. And Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, I think it was just hilarious. They have the spoon and fork ready to eat, and then when they hear Shannon say that, they're like, put it down. Scooby does it to Shaggy, Shaggy puts it back, they put it back, which I thought was funny. And then Scooby, window breaks because the professor throws just, I don't know, the guy throws like a wall or whatever, not a wall, but like a, kind of almost like a tree stump into the kitchen. And Shaggy's like, oh, this is the monster. Scooby's like, that's no monster. And when they talk about the monster, I do like it when Shaggy and Scooby are hiding in the, Shaggy and Scooby are just always funny, so I can't complain about them. But Shaggy and Scooby are hungry, they can't go to bed, so they sneak out of the room to go to the kitchen. They end up in this deep dark place, of course, knowing them. Scooby gets a blanket over him. Shaggy thinks it's a ghost, and they laugh about it. They run from these bats that chase them. They see the Loch Ness Monster, and they have a chase scene. They ruin the whole traditional game setup or whatever, and this makes the professor mad. He's like, I'm leaving. And Scooby and Shaggy say, yeah, let's go. They get all taxi. Scooby and Shaggy want to go with him, and then he kicks them out, which I thought was funny. And he tells Shannon to fix it, or, she's done. Her capsule's done for good. He threatens to demote the game, the tournament. They find these tracks of the Loch Ness Monster heading into town, and they say, strange, why would a monster be headed to town? The gang end up enlisting the Haggards, the two strong guys competing. They pretty much have this air balloon of the Loch Ness Monster. They gave it to, they say, Shaggy and Scooby for you, and Shaggy ends up going up in the air, and him and Scooby, they land on the guys. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Professor Pemberg, Pemberg, I can't say his name, the man professor brings this boat that has all this technology in it. Scooby and Shaggy end up separating, though, from the gang. They go on a boat, being chased by the Loch Ness Monster, Fred, Daphne, Velma, and Shannon. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy drive the Mystery Machine. They end up taking a wrong turn, and Scooby chases after this lizard, and they see the Loch Ness Monster again, which the Loch Ness Monster chases them down. Again, more funny scenes going on there. But anyway, when they take the... So apparently the Loch Ness Monsters have two places at once. Sir Ian takes it upon himself to patrol the waters. He has this high tech, which is really cool. Fred thinks he's playing a video game. And they get this cool submarine with Scooby and Shaggy hiding in, and they're like, next time Scooby-Doo, Shaggy says, next time Scooby, I'll pick the hiding place. Okay, sorry. And this is pretty cool. Shaggy, Scooby sees these seals, which he thinks are monsters. He grabs them with Fred. But eventually, because of that, they find the cave. Scooby thinks he finds a bone, but it's like these dead bodies. The gang talks about that the game's been for years, and that the monster is traveling again. And then they see the monster itself. The monster tries to get Scooby and Shaggy. They say, taste, Shacksters and Scooby-Doo's monsters of steel. And the monster bites their sword up like, he tasted it alright. And Shaggy and Scooby-Shaggy's like, this place is such a dive. And they jump into the submarine. Yeah, a mini sub, I mean. They get saved by a large magnet on the ship, which is pretty cool. They end up finding Dale sleeping in the machine. And he tells them that his van has been stolen. And then the gang, of course, getting the Ness machine being chased by the Loch Ness Monster, because the Loch Ness Monster can go on land. But you find out it's actually it's Dale's car that's in the monster. He's not behind it, but somebody stole his car and whoever behind it took it. And the mystery machine, the top of it comes off, getting destroyed. Fred later gets it fixed, but so the gang, of course, planned to set up a trap. Fred sends Shaggy and Scooby out on bait. The only way to get them there is, of course, to get them to have Scooby snacks, and it works. Eventually, they run out. They even tell Velma, yeah, emergency, we ran out of Scooby snacks. But Fred and Dale, prepare to, use Ness to surround the Loch Ness Monster, and Daphne and Sham are working with Serene to help them capture the monster. But apparently, the men that Lockley's, Ian's crew eventually turn on him, and they said that they want to capture the monster just to get money for it. So they, Velma's like up on the castle, able to talk to them, see what's all going on with her binoculars. I don't mean with the glasses, I mean actual binoculars. But Daphne and Shannon, are able to get away from them. The Loch Ness Monsters really attack Shaggy and Scooby, stand up on top of them, and they run him down the monster like a roller coaster, and Scooby's like, yay! That was funny. Dale and Fred get dragged with it. The crew attempts to, harpoon the monster, but thanks to Daphne and Shannon's distraction, they're able to, get them away from it, and they have to abandon ship. Before the monster can attack Fred and Dale, Daphne uses the ship's magnet claw to capture it, and then this other monster, the second Loch Ness Monster, that's chasing Shaggy and Scooby. But they end up falling into a trap. But you find out this monster is being controlled by the Haggard brothers, and of course, Professor Plainbrook, she's behind it. Apparently, you find out that she was the one that made up the Loch Ness Monster the whole time, because she wanted to prove to Serene that it was real, and she hired, the Haggard brothers to, be like the second Loch Ness Monster for her. She basically, but they were willing to do it because they wanted to win the games, win the show for themselves, so they wanted to scare competitors away, and she just wanted to, prove to Serene that he exists, the monster. The next day the game is in the beginning, and I do like it when Scooby and Shaggy, are just like Scotland and playing music there. That was pretty funny. They find photos that maybe real Loch Ness Monster out there. So Surrey and since he's loose now, him and Professor Pringberg become friends, and with Dale, and they decide to hunt the monster down for themselves. Go look for the monster. Then the film ends with the gang leaving the Blake Castle. Roman, they said that they're letting it. As the gang is leaving, though, saying that maybe some mysteries are best left unsolved. The final scene sees Scooby briefly sees the real Loch Ness Monster, showing to them, and then Scooby's like, "Oh, Scooby-Doo!" And then that ends there, and then the movie's over. Yep. As you can say, it's your typical Scooby-Doo movie, with chases and a mystery. But my final thoughts on this movie is, I love Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. I do prefer Monster Massacre to be better, and the two other the other previous movies to be better. But I'm sure there's other Scooby-Doo movies out there that, you know, I think this would be better than most Scooby-Doo movies nowadays, because I don't know about more Scooby-Doo movies nowadays, or because I haven't seen any new Scooby-Doo films. But I know they've done a couple of crossovers too, and with Scooby-Doo, with the cartoons, like, you know, Courage the Cowardly Dog, you know, or, you know, and other stuff. But overall, give my final opinion. I like Scooby-Doo the most. I did enjoy this movie. Before I get my problems off, first, I do like the story. I like that the story takes place in Scotland. I like the whole thing about the Loch Ness monster. The animation, I think, is really good in the film. I think it's great. It looks great. I guess you can say it's kind of like CGI animation for this Loch Ness monster. And it looks good. It holds up pretty well. The animation for 2004 looks really good in here, in my opinion. Great looking and beautiful 2D animation. I love that. If you want to call it that, yeah, 2D hand-drawn animation. It looks really good. And the voice cast is great. Casey Kasem, again, as Shaggy, steals the show, in my opinion. He is just hilarious. I mean, I miss this man. He was so great. In my opinion, Magic River was good, but Casey Kasem, to me, will be always Shaggy. Because, you know, may he rest in peace. I know he passed away some time ago, I think. Yeah, back in 2014. Yeah, I miss him. He was so good as voicing Shaggy. I don't know if this was the last one he did, but, you know, which would be a shame because he definitely is fantastic in the role of Shaggy. Other voice casts, again, like they get the other actress to voice Daphne. The other actress, the previous older one, she did sound a bit too old, but this one sounds definitely better. And I do like the voice actors for Roma. Frank Welker voices Scooby and Shaggy, and he once again does a great job, you know, as voicing Scooby. And the rest of the voice cast, I think, is really good here. Shannon Easton, I think, does pretty good. Yeah, John McDagan, he's done some voice work. Film, yeah, he's done a lot of film voice work too. So you have professionals and you're doing voice work. I like the direction. I think the writing and the script, like I said, I like where the story takes place, the animation. I think the story's really good. The voice cast is great, and you know the humor works a lot in the film, especially Scooby and Shaggy. Had me cracking up in a few scenes. It's really funny. Now getting into my problems. My problem with this movie mainly is the pacing. I felt like this movie kind of dragged for me. I know it's 74 minutes. I'm not saying it's a long movie, but I just felt like the pacing was the issue. Is that some of the scenes with the chases go on, I thought they kind of went on for a bit long. You know, there's chasing after chasing with the Loch Ness monster, and I just felt that kind of, you know, dragged the pacing of the movie a little bit. You know, and it felt like watching a long Scooby-Doo movie. It's not a long Scooby-Doo movie, but it just felt like it to me, especially with the pacing. You know, I do feel it dragged a little bit for me. And sometimes the humor, especially with Sarah Ann and Professor Pringbrook, you know, Shannon Easton's character, them arguing in some scenes was just annoying, you know, I thought. The humor doesn't hit the mark all the time. But, you know, a lot of the humor is good in this film, so I'm not complaining about that. Any other problems? No, not really. Well, maybe a little too many characters, maybe, but still, it's alright. Because I guess Scotland's a big place, so I guess you respect, you know, a lot of people who will be living there. I mean, it's a castle. But I do like the history of White Castle, I think, you know. I like that, you know, Daphne had a cousin named Shannon. I like the fact that she had a descendant cousin who was Scotland, and, you know, Daphne had a Scotland background, well, a Scottish background, and her family. Thought that was cool. I like that. And, you know, Scooby-Doo himself was always fun. You know, I love Scooby-Doo. And it's a fun movie. So those are some of the issues with it. I just felt like the pacing was the biggest problem for me with this movie. It's just, you know, it didn't feel long, but I don't think you needed to make the pacing that long. You know, it just made the film drag in some areas, in my opinion. You know, made the movie drag. But it's not like a 2-hour movie, thank God. No, I've seen a lot longer movies that are very long. They are great movies, but sometimes you don't really need to, you know, you gotta pick up the pace a little bit with the movies, I think. And, yeah. And some chase scenes, I'm like, I get it, it's Scooby-Doo, you're gonna get chase scenes. especially with the monsters and a mystery. So you can expect that with a Scooby-Doo movie. So, but overall, I can't complain too much about it. It's still a fun movie to watch. I recommend it if you're a Scooby-Doo fan like I am. And then I recommend Scooby-Doo and Loch Ness Monster. It's not one of the best Scooby-Doo animated movies, but it's definitely one of my favorites. But it's good. I do love it. I do enjoy it. And Scooby-Doo and Loch Ness Monster, my rating for this film is I'm going to give it 4 to 5 stars and a thumbs up. So guys, if you've seen Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster, what do you think of this movie in your opinion? Tell me in the comments down below. What do you think of this film in your opinion? So, yeah. Alright. We'll be getting back to the Batman animated reviews. I know I've been saying, why don't you review this one? Sorry if I'm talking all the way in the background. Hold on, come on, folks. Alright. Yes, hopefully tomorrow Saturday. Tomorrow Saturday. I do got a little Walmart tomorrow, but hopefully I will be able to review tomorrow's Son of Batman. Maybe another Batman animated movie. I don't know. Again, because, you know, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And I'm playing a Happy New Year's video, so, you know. So it might just be Son of Batman, and it could be that other Batman animated movie, you know, that day. So I don't know, folks. It just depends on how long the movie is 34 minutes long. Okay. It just depends on the time. You know. But, say if I have time, we should be Batman myself in Arkham. So maybe that will be reviewed as well on Saturday. I don't know yet, folks. I don't know how it's going to go, but Son of Batman, this is still the next Batman animated review, so stay tuned for this. Hopefully tomorrow, stay tuned for this review, and stay tuned for a Happy New Year video. Then after that, I'll be trying to focus on 2023, on doing a lot more Batman animated reviews, finishing up the Batman Marathon. Hopefully, next year 2023, you know, getting to other superhero live action films that are not Batman related, but just other superhero films, starting with the 80s era. Yeah. So, and that'll be starting with Flash Gordon. So anyway guys, I look forward to those videos coming out. I hope you do. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed my review of Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. Again, my rating for the film is 4 to 5 stars and a thumbs up. Please tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of this movie in your opinion? Do you like it or do you hate it? What do you think of this Scooby-Doo animated movie? And guys, hope you look forward. We'll be continuing my Batman Marathon with Phase 3. Like I said, next, Son of Batman. So, just to keep you guys informed, this is still the next Batman animated movie to review. So this is still going to be next. So thanks for watching guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. And well, if I don't see you in the new video, all I can say is if you don't watch, that's fine. I understand if you party yourself, but just be safe. And I just want to wish you a Happy New Year. Just have a good New Year's and be safe. So thanks for watching guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Bye.